Five on Your Sideline is sponsored by Seiden Stricker Nobi John Deere.
All attention in the St. Louis sporting world this week has been on the Cardinals' big three, Albert, Yadi, and Waino. But tonight we have our priorities in order. High school first.
Welcome into Five on Your Sideline. That's Ahmad. I'm Corey. We'll get back to the Cardinals. We promise you just a second. But first, we got to start on the gridiron. Great action tonight, Ahmad. You kick it off.
If you needed to know what the Eureka and Marquette students were doing tonight, look no further. Great crowd on hand for this one. Even better action on the field. Jack Albrin decides to call his own number. The quarterback draw results in a touchdown. The Mustangs would reclaim the lead, but not for too long. Eureka has this running back by the name of Kevin Emmanuel, and he says, look, I may be small, but I make up for it in a variety of ways. Like patiently waiting for the hole to open and then bursting through it. Nice run for Deuce Deuce, and a couple of plays later, Deuce Deuce will get rewarded. He goes in for the go-ahead score, and Eureka sneaks out a winner, the final 35-28.
Ooh, Emmanuel, really good there.
He is really good.
Troy trying to string back-to-back wins together after the loss to O'Fallon, taking on Hal Central. And what do I say about defense every week, Ahmad?
It wins championships.
It does. Troy far and away. That's the start. Okay, meanwhile, Nick Bova was running. He was like a man possessed. He tells his own teammate, get out of the way. I got places to be. He would cap off the drive for a score. Troy led a lot at halftime. They go on to win 58-21.
The Junior Bills playing host to Vashon. The Wolverines were trying to get the ground game going early on in this one, but Archie Carruthers says, not on my side, little guy. Vashon, they will get the ball back, and this time it was loose. Dylan Ramella blitzing off the edge. Tough night for the Wolverines, man. They couldn't get anything going offensively, and they would make the mistake of punting the ball. Do you know this guy, the Wingo guy?
I think I know what's going to happen here.
Ryan Wingo, watch what he does here. Like, he gets the punt, he goes left, makes like 5 people miss right there. Number 6, 7 coming right there. And then number 8 then kicks on the afterburners. That's a touchdown. That's why he's one of the best players in our area. 43-15, SLU gets their first win of the season.
Some college is going to be very happy to get him. All right, now on to Belleville West facing Alton. Defensive battle when we got there. That's always all right. Check out this play, Ahmad. Up in the air, knocked around a few times.
Tip drill.
It falls to the ground. Hey, they all can't be miracle highlights. They can't all be miracle highlights, Ahmad. Here's a good one, though. Alton's Graham McFoos.
Oh, that's a nice
Travis Mills, the slide, he's safe.
We'll take that.
They'd finish off that drive before the half on this touchdown from Keith Gilchrist. Alton goes on to beat West 28-7.
A little rivalry, how about this one? CBC and Chaminade, you know the Cadets came to play for this one. Look at the ball, find Corey Sims, and watch what he does. He just follows his blocker, weaves and weaves, gets back to the middle. He says, I'm going in for the score. You guys know how that was going in, right? Next up, it's your weekly Jeremiah Love highlight. He leaves a whole bunch of Red Devils in his rearview mirror. It's coming up right here. And Corey, I think Eli Drinkwitz better call him and call him a lot.
Get him on speed dial.
The Tigers need him. CBC cruises 56-7.
All right, Breeze Central at Freeburg, homecoming at Freeburg. Ahmad, you might just be anchoring tonight with former Freeburg homecoming royalty. That's just what I heard. That's just what I heard. Good start from Freeburg. A.J. Banks to Tucker Murphy. Right as we pulled up, Freeburg goes up early. This is a really good rivalry in Southern Illinois. A host of Cougars all over this play in the backfield. They get the tackle there. Back and forth all night. Nice play from Freeburg's J.J. Weiss here to finish, get a few extra yards. But Central would end up winning this one 31-19, handing Freeburg their first loss.
Did you sign some autographs earlier today?
A couple, you know.
I feel you. Out in St. Peter's, Luther and St. Charles coming through the smoke, and their opponent, St. Mary's, said we want all the smoke. The Cougars trying to go through the air, but Donovan McIntosh said, I need those. The Tigers need to get this K-State commit. Maybe Jamal Roberts can help. He's headed to Mizzou, and right here, he's headed towards the end zone before he gets knocked out of bounds. He wasn't worried about that, though, because he put his foot in the ground, and he found pay dirt. And to make matters worse, he scored 5 touchdowns against the Cougars. Right now, St. Mary's, they're winning big in the fourth quarter, 56-20.
Tackle Hunger is sponsored by Neighbors Credit Union. Here you belong.
We hyped our game of the week this week up between Edwardsville and O'Fallon as one of the best Metro East games on the entire schedule, and I'm happy to say we were right. Both schools showed up on and off the field. We got to go on the field first, though. Beautiful night in Edwardsville for some high school football, and the Tigers are going to get things started. Kellen Brenfrey He's going to find the end zone. He's going to sneak through there. Here he comes. There he is. He's in. Edwardsville up early. That's no fumble. That's a touchdown. Then look at this pretty play. This is a really good one, Ahmad. I know you run some routes like this. Jake Curry to Deshaun Larson. Oh, that's nice. Right at our camera. Superman pose to top it off right there for good measure. But you know the Panthers weren't going to go away. One of the crazy plays of the night, along with that slew return, Colt Michael somehow doesn't get tackled, and he's going to find his receiver, who's going to do almost the rest. He's not going to go in. I'll spoil it a little bit.
That's exactly how they scripted it, though.
Still a really impressive touchdown. The good news for them, though, they would get the TD just a little bit later. Jalen Smith is going to haul this one in to finish off the drive. This game turned into a classic, folks. O'Fallon ended up just coming out ahead. They win 32-31. Now, the other big matchup between these schools during the week, the tackle hunger for Operation Food Search. Edwardsville came out on top, collecting 4,500 pounds of food this week. One junior alone donated 800 pounds himself.
Whoa.
This is the most from an individual school so far this season. Both schools had an impressive showing and brought our season total to just under 15,000 pounds collected. Great start.
That's a lot of money in food. Albert Pujols was in the lineup batting DH tonight. Could he inch closer to homer number 700? Stick around and find out. Plus, we go one-on-one with the skipper. We'll see you on the other side of the break. After tonight, there are 17 games remaining in the Cardinals' regular season, and that means time is winding down for Albert Pujols and his chase to 700. Still 3 away from the milestone before today's game. Jack Flaherty got the start, and he looked good to begin, but Jordan Bennington probably looked a little bit better on that first pitch. Flaherty had 5 strikeouts on the day and some help from one of the best. Nolan Arenado, you are ridiculous.
That's crazy.
Now, so is this guy. Everyone was at the park to see Pujols, and guess what? He delivered. Home run number 698 on the first pitch he saw in the 6th inning. That would tie the game, and the Cardinals lead 6-5 in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Down the stretch, the pressure to play Albert Pujols, frankly, hasn't been there, and it's because he's created moments like that and been one of the team's best performers. I sat down with manager Oliver Marmol today for a Sports Plus interview and asked him a few things about number 5. Have you ever just felt yourself being a fan of Albert Pujols this season?
It's hard to remove it really is hard to remove yourself from the game because you got your head down and you're just focused on winning. You're focused on competing. Even yesterday when I came up with the bases loaded there in the 9th, and no part of me stopped to realize the situation of what could have been, because I'm thinking about the next move, who needs to run for him, all that type of stuff. So at times I've tried to remove myself from the game and take it all in when he's walking to the plate and this place is going nuts and you can feel it. When he's rounding the bases after a big homer. So you try to take those moments and really soak it in, but I'm sure there'll be a time where I kind of step away and really take in everything that took place this year.
The second half of the season, how easy has he made it on you personally to not really have to deal too much with the decision, should I put him out there, should I not? It really doesn't matter, he's performing.
He is, and that's when people are asking the question of hey, how do you get him to 700? We're focused on winning. Our first filter is creating a lineup that's going to allow us to win that night. We're looking forward to clinching and then going beyond that. So to answer your question, he's hit righties, he's hit lefties, and he's been our best option. So now it's a matter of when to rest him in order to keep him fresh. Yeah.
Last Albert thing, we've seen it in the dugout in glimpses, in glimpses of him tutoring younger players. Yohan Yepes specifically talked about it. Just how big of an impact has that had? Your guy gets to see it up close, and could he have a future in coaching later in baseball?
What he does on the field is remarkable. What he brings in that clubhouse, his veteran presence, but also his willingness to sit down with the youngest guy and have that conversation of what it looks like to win, what it tastes like, the work that needs to take place. He just his voice alone extends other people's careers because of how much they're learning from him. So he's made himself extremely available in order to allow that to happen. As far as coaching in the future, I think at some point he'll get the itch. Once he relaxes for a year or two, I think he'll get the itch to want to do something, and we'll answer that call.
Now, Corey, I don't know about you, but I live for the weekends. No, not because of bottomless mimosas and chicken and waffles, although that combo is really hard to beat. I live for college football on Saturdays, and I don't think the slate gets any better for us than this weekend, especially in St. Charles. The Lindenwood Lions escaped their first Division I game with the win, taking down Houston Baptist on a blocked punt. Now they return home for their D1 debut against Kaiser University. Head coach Jed Stuger says the atmosphere this weekend will be one to remember.
It's pretty cool, and how many Lindenwood people and faculty, staff that were texting us, watched the game, congratulated us. It's great with that kind of energy around here and in this community. You know, just driving and bumping into people, and everybody's aware of what we're doing and this move, and they're paying attention. And I really anticipate a heck of a crowd here Saturday night.
Atmosphere is going to be electric there. It's going to be electric at Busch Stadium. Albert now just 2 homers away. I think he does it this weekend.
You forgot about your Mizzou Tigers taking on Abilene Christian.
That's all right. We didn't talk about that.
Oh, the shade. All right, that does it for 5 on your sideline. That's Corey. I'm Ahmad. Enjoy some more highlights before we get out of here.
5 on your sideline was sponsored by Seiden Stricker Nobi John Deere.